Hello and welcome to part 6 of playing Daedalus, The Awakening of Golden Jazz. In part 5, we finished reminiscing about when we were kids, and that was actually an earlier game in the series. And we began to explore New York and our grandfather's life a little bit, and we had our first suspect revealed to us. And this is where we're going to go now. We're going to start part 6 by going to Logan's house. There we go. Of course, if you want to watch this video without commentary, you're more than welcome to go over to Ko-fi. We have a subscription tier there where you can watch these videos with no commentary whatsoever, and they're always a week ahead. Though I try to make it happen on time, every now and then, not quite on time. So it's a familiar looking street to where our grandpa's private investigation place is. So Logan does have a connection to one of the other police officers, the, how should we say, the racist one. Okay, so he hasn't been home. As far as we know, that he and Logan, our grandfather, were fairly close. There's a picture of them together with someone else, Robert maybe, at his grandfather's favourite pub. Yeah, we've kind of had our sad moment. We're now feeling a bit more serious. Oh, it's actually branded. Okay. Well, Total is a brand that I recognise. Kind of there with like Colgate. There's a big brand. I assume I know Total. Perhaps I'm thinking of Colgate and it's very similar branding. So we're also going to look high and low. We don't have a reticule, we just got to wait for these to appear on the screen. A small place. Cozy, I would say. Like there's a note here, but why can't we see that? What? Murder switch, light switch? Japan, interesting. I think there was a Niagara book in the grandpa's office, and the grandpa is from Japan like we are. So maybe there's a clue there. It's probably the late wife. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Oh. Anything else? I bet that's so tough now. A lot of questions. It's hard to work out how the toothpaste ones are going to be relevant. What about the date on it? Is it post what happened to our grandfather or after? Before? Can't see anything else we can interact with. We need to go in there. So perhaps we've got to deal with Hal first. Well, that wasn't particularly useful. Remember, that's free due to the toothpaste. That's why we're asking that question. So, let's ask about the picture then. Alright. Ah, okay. I imagine from the other games in the series that there might actually be a time when we are a private detective. It's odd that doesn't quite match what we were said. We kind of knew that it wasn't cloacal. Whereas the conversation we just had made it sound like we weren't too sure, we didn't know. Okay. It does feel a little bit like padding. Like it doesn't feel entirely natural for us to ignore things first time round. Like there was a note here. What's the note say? There we go. So we may have to actually, instead of looking at new things, we may actually have to go and look at everything one more time. So again, it kind of, from someone who's not played these games before, it does feel a little bit like padding, like we're having to do things over and over the same thing. Like in the reminiscing, we had to go backwards and forwards and didn't quite feel natural to the story. Yeah, the focus on the phone, so I don't think we'd get any links outside. So we must check all these again. Yeah, it seems so odd that the light switch is that question. Ah, it's a repeat. We've had this before as well with the reminiscing, where old things stayed on the screen and we have, and if you hit the wall by accident, then you got to do it again. It's frustrating. Again, it's like the telephone and this have come together. Now are we going to remember? So far as I remember, Niagara Falls is north of New York State, on the border with Canada. That's possible, but again, the age of these characters and when this game was set, I think like the 90s, it is possible Hal might have, not Hal, the other guy might have been an American soldier in Japan, perhaps. It's quite happy what we had before. Chairs. Married couple. It feels like everything here is a repeat. Just for example, it's all about the chair being comfortable and velvet, yeah. Might as well check the toothpaste one more time. Again, let's just talk to Hal. Okay, so we don't know who that is. Sure, let's do these in order. Perhaps Claire was like a caretaker and she had a kid with her? Who knows? Maybe adoption, so that way not a biological, and perhaps not in records. Not particularly useful, but we are getting branches on this tree. Good luck if you're able to read all that. It's messy. Well, it defaulted to France, so we'll do that then. So that kind of answers that question about Japan, doesn't it? Yeah, the English translation there was a little off. I guess that's it. Is the orchid finished? Orchard, I should say. I'm going to hit L1 because it's there. Ah. Don't see how that's useful at the moment. Yeah, it looked like where he and his mates got a picture taken at the bar. Or that's in the bar, I should say, the picture that's in the bar. So can we look around here? What's us on the map? Yeah, it's worth a try. So let's try the bakery if we can find it. There's not on here, is it? The supermarket. Let's see if we can find out about where the picture was taken. That's in here, as well as the one that's in the apartment. At least the music's calmed down, so I guess we're in an exploratory phase. Okay, that's not the picture I'm thinking of. No help. So let's try our apartment. It could be the picture of Grandpa and us sitting in a chair is perhaps the one I'm thinking of now. Music's gone all quiet. Suspicious van. Oh, serious music again. I guess that's the hint. So where is it? There. I think in the previous story we had a message that our grandpa always made a note where things were taken. But it doesn't seem to be anything we can click there. I really thought that was going to be it. Where's the Niagara one? Okay, so I'm leaping ahead of where the story wants me to go, obviously. I've connected Niagara. I'll also use that to link to get the address of the book of the photo studio. All the things I thought I would get from that, I didn't get from that. That's the same one. I was not expecting this to be here. So we've done it out of sync essentially. '74. See what I mean? The date. So that's why I want them to check this one. It's like, give me the information. Yes, it wants us to head to the bar, so let's do that. Again, like I said, the logic in my brain isn't matching to the logic in the game, and it's hindering storytelling a little bit. The game is very rigid in how it wants things to go sometimes. But again, it could be typical of this style of game. I'm not too sure. This is, like I said, that's why I'm playing this series. Okay. Well, ask him about Claire. We know about Claire. Ask him about Claire. Is that Niagara?
絵はがきも飾られている。バーで会う友人たちに送り合っているようだ。
Yeah, we saw this like in part 2. Again, I'm jumping ahead. No, I don't want the mirror on the wall. That's what I want.
奥さんの写真だ。二人で来ていたんだな。セピア色のものも混じっている。常連を取り続けているのだろう。写っているメンツが大体一緒だ。
There's nothing else. And no comment about when that is.
これ以上ないのだろうか。今は何でもいい。奥さんが座っていた椅子。自分も座ったことがある。
See, I've made that realization earlier.
今すぐ写真を確認しに行こう。
No. It's difficult sometimes to find out where that thing is. There's the wrong shade of blue, it needs to be darker. Or it needs to stand out better.
神宮寺探偵事務所の前に戻ってきた。ひとまず中へ入ろう。
See what I mean by the padding? I'd already jumped to these conclusions.
事務所に帰ってきた。写真立てを調べてみよう。
And there will be a date on it.
このビロードの椅子。裏に何か書いてないか。クイーンズ写真館。クイーンズ写真館か。住所は書いてないか。
Phone book.
これは電話帳じゃないか。よし、住所を書き留めた。
Telephone? Oh no. We're actually going to go there. See, the photo studio is there, but the cafe isn't, even though the police officer showed it to us on our map. It's... Ah!
ここが
Have a look around. よし、中へ入ろう。 Oh, still serious music, okay.
ここがクイーンズ写真館か。少し辺りを調べてみるか。
See top left?
歴史を感じさせる。
There they are, but there's nothing...
セピア色の写真か。
Let us click it. It doesn't look like the same one from our picture though. Nothing about the quality. It's called Continental Studios now.
俺はこの人物を知っている。記念撮影した際に撮ってくれた人だ。こんにちは。
いらっしゃい。おや珍しい。
神宮寺三郎。
私の友達も日本人でさ。今なんて言った？
That's a good reaction. Sometimes the reactions from the characters in this game haven't quite matched what's happening. But that was a good one.
本当かい？
Again, yeah.
店主はじいちゃんと長い付き合いだったようだ。じいちゃんの死を心から悲しんでいるのがよくわかった。そのことがありがたかった。すいません。
何でしょうか？
写真を見たんだ。何か知らないかな？
懐かしいな。来てくれたんですよ。
Oh, that's a nice thing.
最近は会ってないですか？
来てないね。
教えてもらえないかな？
そうだな。そうそう。撮影したことがあるんだ。飾ってますよ。
See, we already
本当に？
found that photo. Oh, something over here.
ここの機材を覚えている。大きなフラッシュには
Yeah, I remember getting my picture taken in the 90s with equipment that looked like that.
子供の時はとても眩しいと感じた。
Oh, no comment about how old they are. Alright. At least with this game, it's difficult to get sidetracked.
この写真か。どれどれ。あなたと私の始まりの場所か。
Nothing else you can see about it?
焼き増しを頼めないかな？
難しいな。
Yeah, I think the first one is a bit too strong. And the second one is I don't know what I could have give him. So let's do that one because it generally would help.
解明につながるかもしれないことなんだ。頼みます。
別に構わないだろう。待ってておくれ。お待たせ。
ありがとう。
Now, back then, I don't know if it would be a digital copy or if he's got the negative and just made another one.
思い出せないよ。
何か思い出せないか？
そうだ。仲がいいと言っておった。
Ah,
はて。
we think we know.
それならわかるかもしれない。
頼んだよ。
So that's why it's not on the map. They didn't want us jumping ahead to go to the supermarket.
別の場所に行くか。
There it is. Well, it's fairly close to Logan's house. It's not that out of the way. Same when we had the cafe earlier in part 4. They said the cafe was just like next door to the beach, and it wasn't.
行ってみよう。マーケットに着いた。確かパン屋の店主だったな。
An ATM. I remember seeing them in the 90s, but a fancy drinks machine. I don't know.
ちょっといいかな。
はい、いらっしゃい。
ローガンの以前の住所を知らないか。
聞かないしな。
どんなことでもいいんだ。教えてくれ。
ああ、そういえば覚えてないんだけども。
What do you think? Niagara?
ありがとう。
またどうぞ。
絵はがきか。あちこち探してみるか。
So we know postcards are at the bar.
なんだ。
Might as well take these off.
そうだな。なるほどな。
I think that's it. Okay. Well, let's go back to the owl.
Six Walls に着いた。店は開いているようだ。店内へ入ってみよう。
Does he not go anywhere else?
おお、どうしたんだ。
Postcards. There they are. So that's a waterfall there. That could be Niagara.
絵はがきも飾られている。バーで会う友人たちに送り合っているようだ。
What? That's it. Have we got to talk to Richard? Yes, we do.
やあ、リチャード。
探し物？
絵はがきを探してるんだ。
絵はがきね。
そうか。
声をかけな。
That seemed a little unnecessary.
バーの店内もいろいろと見てみるか。
I also looked around the bar. There are no postcards there. You know, that's a photograph. That's a mirror. There we go.
いろいろな絵はがきがありすぎる。いや、待てよ。なかなか海外に旅行なんて行けないよと。国内から送られたものに絞ろう。
Niagara. Well, there's a few. Sure, let's see what all these others say.
ラスベガスの絵はがきか。リチャードからの。グランドキャニオンの絵はがきか。 知らない人物の絵はがきのようだ。
If it's Claire later, I'll be furious.
ナイアガラの絵はがき。ローガンの家でナイアガラのガイドブックを見かけたな。念のため。これは住所も書かれている。昔の家の住所かもしれない。
I think that's it.
もう行っちまうのか。
この件が落ち着いたらまた来るよ。
待ってるぜ。
俺はリチャードに別れを告げ、丘の上の家を目指す。
But we're still in the bar. That's the annoying thing. He could have put us out there.
確かにこの辺りのはずだ。すっかり更地にされていた。くそ。
Ah,
こうしていても仕方がない。あれはまさか。おい。俺は口から出かかった言葉を思わず飲み込んだ。形だけの言葉はもう彼には届かない。俺はゆっくりと彼に向かって歩き始めた。 心は不思議なほど穏やかだった。
I hope this is not going to be a situation where we can get killed.
話せる状態じゃないのか。少しずつ。
Carefully and slowly, okay?
手はなぜか力なくだらんとしている。小刻みに手が震えている。そうだな。
Okay, he assumes it's going to be later.
洋服は全体的に汚れている。そうだな。正気が感じられない。
Of course, this is set in the 90s or even early 90s, late 80s. It's no mobile phone, really. Not that we would have. It might be attached to a car somewhere.
じいちゃんの友人だった。そうだな。
What about these later?
はじめまして。神宮寺京介を知ってるか。
That'd be a nice,
京介。
easy one. Do you know him?
そうだ。あんたが
Don't say it out
何
loud.
しに来た。構わず動きやがって。
京介は俺のじいちゃんだ。
無事なんだな。
俺とじいちゃんを混同しているようだ。
You know, grandfather's big bushy beard and crazy hair. Okay, so we've got to do an orchard. So we've got to be a little bit careful here how we do this. As we said, slow and steady.
じいちゃんとはどんな話を？
It's a little bit much.
何を話したんだ？
話も終わっとらんのに。
公園から
事務所だ。
ダメだ。違う話題に変えよう。
I should have just shook his hand.
なあ、
今さらなんだ。
Look at his face. That is creepy.
嫌味なやつだ。
左手が動かない。昨日今日でこのようになった感じではないな。
Ah, which means he can't be the murderer unless he's hiding it.
Anta, 家に帰ってないのか？
何度も言わせるな。
ヘレン。
そうだ。
この更地を自宅だと思っているのか？奥さんはとっくに亡くなっている。
Makes you wonder if he's gone senile
記憶があの当時のままなのだろうか。
or if it's just grief.
どこにいたんだろうか。そうだな。ローガンさん、一体今までどこに？
何を言っとるんだ。
パン？
買っておいたぞ。
どういうことだ？初めて分かった気がする。いつまでも買いに行ってるんだな。
I wonder if that happened on the same day that she died. He was out getting things and he came back and find her dead, perhaps.
警察はローガンが逃走したと考えていた。だが、病魔という過酷な運命の中、今、この瞬間も彼は一人でさまよっている。この街のどこかを、消えかけた記憶をたどるように。違和感の理由が分かった。改めて確認しよう。
I think we can agree that Logan isn't the one here. But there, we did get something about the park, and he hasn't had his
はじめに、
left hand for a while.
ローガンはどうだったろうか。
The killer's left-handed.
ローガンも左利きだった。分かったことがある。
Oh, we're doing 2 trees. Okay.
それは
Second one.
そうだった。ナイフは握れない。次に、これについて考えてみよう。どんな場所だっただろうか。
Yeah, he used to live here.
住んでいた一軒家があった場所だ。だが、今はもうない。ではなぜ？
Yeah, it's that top one. He's stuck in a loop, or he's living out his life from the past. It's a difficult choice. I'm going to go with this one.
この事実ではうまく説明ができない。
Ah, nuts.
ではなぜ？この場所に家があると思っている。たびたびこの場所を訪れているのだろう。 それについて考えてみよう。気になるものはあっただろうか。
Pretty far for groceries?
特別な理由でもない限り。なぜこのような行動をとってしまったんだろうか。何か気になることは言ってなかっただろうか。
So then, living life from the past.
そうか。ただただ昔と同じような毎日を送ってきたということか。それではそもそもそれを考える前にまず違和感は何かなかっただろうか。
It was a mess.
あちこち汚れがついていた。つまり汚れはすべてローガンによるもの。なぜ汚してしまっていたんだろうか。
Senilities of Satan, perhaps?
何かがあったはずだ。それは
He can't tell people apart.
じいちゃんだと思い込んでいた。いくらなんでも。ということはおそらく
Yeah.
そんな状況の中で俺の中でつまりローガンは
He didn't.
改めて確認した結果、俺は真実にたどり着いたと感じた。しかし保護してもらうしかないのか。
おい、まったくどうなってるんだ。
Oh, we gotta be careful here.
ここにはない。じいちゃんならこんな時どうする。そうだ、
Take him to the bar.
ローガンに指し示した。家ならここに。
Oh, okay.
ヘレンからあなたへの最後のサプライズプレゼントだ。
There we go.
ローガンは犯人。
Whoops.
お前、なるほど。止めてくれ。やめろと。
あの町、
危険すぎるんだよ。
呪縛の町。
Go on, tell
俺
us.
はジョシュアとハルに連絡を入れた。
Maybe there was a public telephone he used.
難しい聴取になるだろうが、彼の冤罪を証明してもらうためには避けては通れないことだから。彼の残された人生が救いあるものになることを俺は願っている。ほどなくして
行きましょう、先輩。
ローガンはその姿を見た瞬間、ローガン、ヘレンは
Can't see the police cruiser.
永遠に続くもの。多分そう言いたかったんだ。
Maybe Helen knew about his condition then.
にこやかに微笑んでいった。 締め付けた。
どうかダイダロスから。
Daedalus.
ダイダロス。
That face is so creepy.
じいちゃんが死んだことを知らなかった。夢の中で生きているからなのだろう。そもそも彼の夢が終わるとき繰り返すかもしれない。終わらない夢の中で。ただそんな夢と現実の狭間で、それがただ嬉しかった。もしもあのまま憎しみの目でこの街を見て、憎しみの耳でこの街の音を聞き続けていたなら、真実を見落としていたかもしれない。俺は警察でも探偵でもない。無力な俺にできるのは、この街に残されたじいちゃんの声に耳を傾け、その姿に目を凝らすことだけだ。このニューヨークに溶け込んだじいちゃんの日々を、それが俺のやらなければいけないこと。
That style of storytelling feels very much like Japan, unfortunately, is how things are sometimes done here. And with the end of chapter 2, I think we'll call it an end to the video. Where's it going to put us at the start of chapter 3?
ダンに一つの結末を報告するため、俺は事務所に立ち寄った。
Yeah, so we'll end it there. So, part 5, we completed a whole chapter. We found Logan, realised he wasn't the suspect. A bit more sad what's going on with Logan. But we were back to square zero, basically. We don't know who killed our grandfather, but we got a clue. Something about Daedalus, something about a cursed town. So we'll hopefully tackle that in the next part. So until then, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, or YouTube shorts we have over at YouTube, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. Remember, we have a subscription tier where you can watch these videos with no commentary, and they're also a week ahead than YouTube. So if you're really enjoying the story, and not so much me, feel free to do that. We have a couple other subscription tiers as well, and we can take PayPal donations there. And that'll be useful for things like controllers, hard drives, various other things. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.